Now, folks, Little Green Cars, welcome to the programme. Tell me one thing. By the way, we are here at the Electric Picnic. It is 5:10. It is day filming till 7 or something like that. And we'll be talking to loads of people who are bringing you live music as well over the next few hours. But here in the studio for live music, before we actually hear some, tell me about, first of all, the Absolute Zero album. Now that it's out, I'm sure you feel fantastic because people in the crowd will know some of the songs, etc. How's it all going in the last few months?
It's been really good. We just got back from our first world tour. So we've been in Australia for the first time, and we were in, where else were we?
We were all over Europe, around Europe a little bit, and then all over America. Definitely.
And how was Coachella, the famous festival? I've never been there.
It was hot. It was really hot. Just too hot. Just inhumanly hot.
It was like being on in the middle of the desert. It was like a music festival on Mars or something.
Yeah.
It was crazy, but very good.
Because the last time I should have seen you, I didn't, which is at the Neil Young gig, because I got there late. You played like at the RDS. A lot of people give out about the Neil Young gig later. Did you watch it?
Yeah, it was amazing, and I think everyone is crazy.
It's funny. Subsequent to that gig, I started reading his biography, and he talks about Crazy Horse in it a lot. And it seems to be that Crazy Horse is his. It's kind of just where he really like expresses himself, and he says that Crazy Horse takes him to places that he can't get with anything else, with no drug or no music. So I think when you keep that in mind, you know.
He played when he got the acoustic guitar out, and people started going crazy, and he played. Blown in the Wind.
Yeah.
I was like, someone was like, yeah, but sorry. When Neil Young is playing a Bob Dylan song, you listen and you smile.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, the thing about it is Neil Young is about as willful as be damned, and half the time you're not going to get anything you might want. I mean, out of 47 albums or so, he just does what he likes. You know? And I think the crowd maybe wanted something else. You know? And just because he finds himself in Crazy Horse, I'd rather he lost himself sometimes.
Sure. Well, we have to still admire him for being, true to himself. And
by the way, can I just say his autobiography is good, but it rambles as much as I am right now. Read the book Shaky, because an autobiography can be dodgy. When somebody else writes the book, fantastic story in Shaky, the real story of Neil Young.
I'll check it out.
Anyway, by the way, television in America and all that. I mean, you did the Jimmy Fallon show, etc. Is that like real? Oh God, this is ludicrous because you're just a pawn in the game of some big show.
Wow.
It was
nice
pretty, it was pretty ludicrous. Maybe that probably is a good way to describe it. It was all very kind of like glamorous and nice, and everyone's nice to you, so it's kind of nice for a day.
Yeah.
And then you just leave it behind, I suppose.
Well then, Faye, I have to ask the obvious question that lots of people would ask. Sharing the road with four smelly boys, what's it like?
Yeah, it's grand. I share a room with two of the lads. You kind of have to get rid of the idea of personal space. That's out the window. But I have two lads protecting me the whole time.
Two lads protecting you. Because like, when the album came out, it went to #1 in Ireland, which is a nice thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it
made you feel very good that it was all worthwhile. What about the album itself, though, in terms of getting who you wanted? For instance, the other person in the producer who stops, or in the studio who stops you fighting, the producer. Who'd you pick and why?
We did it with Marcus Traves, and we picked him because he was our favourite.
Yeah, well, we were all big fans of the previous records that he had worked on. In particular, The Suburbs by Arcade Fire. We were listening to that when we were living up in Wexford together, and we wrote a considerable amount of the album in this country house. And it was kind of just a dream that we had, wouldn't it be amazing to make the album with Marcus? So we just asked him, and he said no. And then he listened to the music, and then a couple of months later we were still searching for people, and then we got an email saying, when he came over, and then he listened to the music. And
but there must be some part of the work you did with Bjork as well. They might just say, we need a bit of Bjork in here. She's on tonight.
Yeah, and apparently he engineered as well on Acting Baby and stuff like that, and obviously the Brian Eno connection and all that kind of thing.
Right,
so.
Yeah. Okay, the road. Are you still getting on okay?
Yeah. We're lucky. We've lived our whole lives together anyway, so we don't really get sick of each other.
What about, I know it's early days yet, but people say it's 30 years for the first album and then 5 minutes for the next one. Anything ready for album number 2, which even might be a long way off, but...
I think we haven't really stopped writing since the first album, so it's kind of, it'll get released when they say it will.
And can people hear the album when you go to the places like in Montreal and Lollapalooza and Coachella and that? Have they been have radios been able to play the thing? Have they got it?
Yeah, it's out there.
Obviously not just a copy to the radio, but is it out there to be able to go to a shop and get it or download
it? Is,
it
came out in the US first, actually, because our label is based over there. And college radios and everything have been very supportive and, and we've really, felt quite embraced every time we've gone over there.
So college radio still has some power, do they?
Well,
Yeah.
seemingly so.
Great.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Right, indeed. All right, well, listen, folks. Have you played yet? I don't know what's going on time.
No,
It's
it's
seven.
Seven, yeah. Which is the same time as Robert Plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might be
yeah.
watching Robert Plant.
That's okay. We'll forgive you.
Sorry,
for
the
that.
young people watch Little Green Cars.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I went to actually Duckworth Lewis a few minutes ago, and I saw the whole set there. Sun shone. They were fantastic. Perfect cricket music. Perfect afternoon music.